absolutely certain that we have to shut down coal as quickly as possible. It won't be shut down quickly because there's nothing to replace it. Can't use gas as a transition fuel. Can't use nuclear energy ever. Can't use carbon capture and storage. And quite a few of them, by the way, are opposing the building of wind turbines. Bob Brown's doing it in Tasmania. What exactly are we supposed to run the country on?
How do you convince the Australian public and voters that you're not climate deniers? And we saw Albanese literally a few days ago said if you don't support net zero, you don't support climate action.
Yeah, well, they keep changing the equation, right? And so net zero only appeared in around about 2016 as a target for the world, and not all the world has signed up to it. China's not signed up to it until 2016. India is the same, and in fact, neither of those nations has any intention of hitting that target. It's an aspiration for Australia, but we're not going to go anywhere near it. The problem is, as you say, it's not about facts. It's about faith. They are absolutely convinced that climate change is the thing. They believe that it's an existential threat when it's not. That's not to say that we shouldn't deal with it. And what choices do we make? Because we will spend an enormous amount of money on this transition and not do anything to cut carbon emissions in the globe. We're about 1% of global carbon emissions. In the process, we'll trash our electricity system. The cost of it will go through the roof, and that's just the beginning. We're dealing with the low-hanging fruit at the moment. We've got to do agriculture, transport. We've got to work out how we make steel, cement, plastic, and ammonia. And ammonia feeds half the world's population. That's the fertiliser that's used. And we use gas to get that out of the atmosphere at the moment. This task, it's easy to state a target, but it's very hard to hit it. But I get what you're coming from. I think that, if you stand up on the street corner and say you're against net zero at the moment, it's equivalent to being a climate change denier, and that's the task. You've got to get over that, and I'm not quite sure how.